So I just got done watching Fuuto P, the Kamen Rider anime that came out and is brand new. Now, I just want to say this straight off the bat. I have never seen Kamen Rider W. My only exposure to Kamen Rider W is through playing the Memory of Heroes game, but I haven't seen the actual tokusatsu series myself. I've heard nothing but good things about it, so I'm definitely going to check it out for myself and try and binge it later down the line, because that will help me get a better understanding of these characters, because from what I know of, this anime is based on a manga that was a sequel to the tokusatsu, and that manga is still ongoing, so hopefully if this anime does well after its 12-episode run, it can get a second season. Now, there's one thing I'm hoping that this anime can do as well, and that is bring a whole new audience to tokusatsu with people who have never seen a toku series or sort of don't watch enough toku and they don't follow it, because there are people who mostly check out seasonal anime, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who watch seasonal anime that aren't a fan of toku. I don't know if some are, I don't know if some aren't, but I'm hoping that this series can bring a whole new era or a rush of tokusatsu fans by making them watch this anime and wanting to check out maybe Kamen Rider Double for themselves. But let's talk about the episode itself. Now, the episode doesn't waste any time and draws your attention right away by having an epic battle, or I'm guessing from what I looked up, this scene that was at the start of the episode is the very first henshin in Kamen Rider Double, where he transforms for the very first time, so that's what it retells, which is pretty freaking cool. It sort of shows off some cool Kamen Rider Double action, and then it gets into the detective stuff later down the line. And that's what the whole premise of this show, or this episode, is about. It's basically, you have, let me scroll down, you have Shotaro sort of doing this detective case, trying to find the mystery of this witch running around the city. And it kind of gives you an idea of what the show is going to be about, where you've got the detective side of it, you've got the mystery, and then you've got the Kamen Rider stuff. And I'm glad that it doesn't go off the walls crazy by telling you a bunch of Kamen Rider Double lore, where it's like, hey, do you remember this and this happened and stuff like that. It's pretty grounded and sort of being its own thing in this episode, while having Kamen Rider references in it for the fans who get it. It doesn't try and confuse its audience by sort of recapping stuff that they've probably never seen before. So I do appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. So you kind of get a glimpse of what these characters are going to be like in the show. Characters like Shotaro and Philip and Akiko, I believe her name is. So it's really cool to see stuff like that. But the whole mystery of Shotaro trying to discover the witch named Tokimi in the city was really cool as well, because you have that moment where you're trying to figure out, what is she? Is she a vampire? Is she some kind of demon? People keep disappearing when they talk to her, or they die. And then when he chases after her through the city, he winds up in a building of a bunch of thugs. So it has that really cool mystery that draws you into the show. But not only that, the characters are a lot of fun. I've never seen Kamen Rider Double, like I said at the start of the review, but I really like Shotaro. He's a lot of fun. I do like his personality, and I think the Japanese voice actor does a really good job of. And the music and the animation is really enjoyable as well. There are a lot of CGI shots for some things, which is expected, but the CGI isn't that terrible in my opinion. Like, it doesn't distract me too much. I mean, it does what it needs to do for those complicated shots, but there's also a lot of interesting shots they do in this episode as well, such as when someone's walking up the stairs, it's from their point of view, and the view is like really shaky as they go up the stairs and stuff like that. That's really cool as well. But not only that, that opening fight scene where you see Double for the very first time in the episode is really cool as well. But not only that, the aesthetic of that weird world that Tokime sort of summons, where everything's all red and everything's all dark, I do like that aesthetic as well. And I will say, the animation is very fan servicey for its female characters, especially Tokame. Tokame has some big badonkadonks, and not only that, she's got a big butt in this episode that they kind of zoom in on one point for one of the shots, which it is what it is. But I'm not familiar with this anime studio. They've done nothing that I've seen that I'm familiar with. They've done some interesting stuff, but nothing that I've checked out. But the music is really great as well, because the music is done by Kamen Rider composers, so that's really great that they have talent who worked on the show working on this as well, because Kamen Rider music can be amazing. Well, it is amazing, and I'm glad that they were able to get composers from the show working on this. But yeah, I really enjoyed the first episode of the Kamen Rider Double anime. I can't wait to see where it's going to go next, and I'm probably definitely going to check out Double later down the line so I can understand the source material a little bit better with the characters. But like I said in the review, like, this show does establish its characters pretty well to show you what they're like and what they're about and stuff like that, without relying too much on the audience knowing what Kamen Rider Double is about. And if there's probably something Kamen Rider Double later down the line, they'll probably explain it, no doubt about it. But I really enjoyed this episode, and I can't wait to watch next week's episode. Now, the big question is that you're probably wondering, if you're still watching this review or video, will I review this series weekly? Maybe, we'll see. If this video does perform well and people leave a lot of engagement in the comment section down below, and this video does well likewise, then yeah, I'll definitely continue the reviews. But it might become one of those series that I watch in my downtime by myself and I won't have to worry about getting a review out. I don't know, but I'll see how this video performs and stuff like that, and do people want to hear my opinion on it. So if you want to see more reviews of this anime, leave a comment down below and I'll look into it. So with that said, I'm going to bring this video to a close. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, take care, bye.